English with deck. Whoa. Well, ooh, that hits the spot. That is a good brew. Oh, a good cup of tea right there. Where was I? Ah, yes. Yes, as I'm sure most of you know, Saturdays tend to be my early days. Um, so, especially on a Saturday, I really feel it's important to, get out of the house after the day is done. Of course, Saturday's my early day, which means that I get up very early in the morning, and then I have to sort of just, do some lessons, do some jobs in the house, etc., and teach, and jobs in the house, and teach, and jobs in the house. Anyway, so it comes to, I think today I finished at 2:30, 3 o'clock, yes. Today it came to 3 o'clock, and then I was like, "Ugh, I need to stretch the legs. I need to get out and have a stroll." So I just tidied up some last bits, and then you know what? I thought, I'm going to go on a bigger walk than usual. As a so a couple. Wait, when was it? So no, I am so sorry. In February, it's now March, early March. In early February, I had a relatively minor operation on my wrist for the tendinitis. And because of that, I pretty much stopped exercising for the whole month of February. I could have done some bits, especially running. I could have, but honestly, there were a story for another day. But there were so many things happening in last month that I just ended up putting running and exercise in general on the back burner. You know, it really took the back foot. Oh, that's a good pun there. And it's to do with running. um, yeah. So then, after all the things that happened, and I will explain those in probably tomorrow's episode, it's March started, and we're now on the 7th of March, 1 week into March, and it's been a relatively good week. In terms of productivity, but again, no real exercise. Occasionally, I'd walk to the shops and stuff. Once a day, get out of the house kind of walk. Nothing strenuous at all. Anyway, today I was like, yush, boom, today is the day. Let's do it. So I put on a jumper. I felt like it was a bit cooler. Got out of my shorts, put my trousers on, and then I set off on my little jaunt. And just as I set off, I thought, oh, it's going to rain, isn't it? And there was those dark, ominous clouds. That feeling when it cools down really sharply just before it rains. It felt like that. So all day it had been quite warm, very nice, mild. And then very quickly, within the course of about 30 minutes, within my house, I noticed a temperature change. Then I stepped outside and I was like, okay, it's going to rain. I looked into the horizon and I saw the rain clouds coming. I was like, nope, I will not let that stop me today. So I locked the door, set off on my little trot. I bumped into a neighbour. We had a little chat. A bit of a grandma figure, I suppose, definitely of that age. She was just doing her little allotment, where you grow vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. Usually vegetables. Anyway, she was like, "Oh, be careful, get back in time before it rains." Blah blah blah. So like, okay. Anyway, little did she know, oh, I was going on a big mission today. So instead of just taking the scenic seaside route along the shoreline, I decided to go a big detour. So what I did, I turned left instead of going straight, and up 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 the mountain road I went. Now I say mountain road. It's not a majorly big mountain, but it's reasonable. It's like a big hill, more like a more than a mountain. I think mountain is a bit of an exaggeration. A big hill, quite steep as well. Anyway, as I was going up there, suddenly the splatters of raindrops started to materialize. I was like, ooh, okay, let's go. Put the hood up, went to the vending machine, grabbed a little drink, hot drink for the journey. And the raindrops got heavier and heavier, and I thought, well, I could stop under a shelter, but no, I'll keep going. I've got the hood. It's a refreshing experience. And I actually went through, and after climbing up the hill, and then I got to the top, and then I went down the other side, and then I sort of went into a residential area. And I tried to hug the houses, not literally hug as in embrace. No. Hug the houses as in sort of get close to the houses under the roof. The overhang of the roof sort of comes out into the road a little bit in the Japanese houses quite often. And if they're very low, it works as a perfect rain cover. So yes, I tried to stay under there as much as I could. I got a bit wet, but it was nothing major. Anyway, I carried on, and then I checked the weather forecast, and it's going to stop in 5-10 minutes. So I extended the route again. And I got to a point where I could turn right, but no, I went straight on again. And I realised, I was feeling a bit sore. Why? I thought to myself. I've only done about 2.5k at this point, maybe 3. And I was like, wow, it's been a month and a half. I've barely used my muscles in comparison to my regular usage, So I decided to pick up the pace. Not running or anything like that, just a good walking pace. Maybe I would have taken those, what are they called? Speed walkers on for a penny or two. No, not a penny or two. What's the word? Oh, given them a run for their money. I am sure I would have done. If you don't know, speed walking is that sport where... Sorry, 1 second. If you don't know, speed walking is that sport where you walk very fast. You're not jogging. You're not running by any means. Yeah, you're not... but you're not You're walking at a very brisk pace. Anyway... So I got that march on, and then I finally got to my destination after maybe half an hour or so walking, and I had to just do a little bit of shopping. As I entered the shop, whoosh, a massive downpour occurred. I thought to myself, wow, that is brilliant timing. And then, I did my shopping, and I waited out the rain, and then finally walked back home and got home, and it was beautifully clear, the air. The sort of air where you breathe deeply, exhale, and feel fantastic. That kind of day. And yeah, I realised, I think, whether or not it's raining, it's a great opportunity to just explore and take in your surroundings. So maybe I'm a bit crazy like that, but no, definitely the rain, especially a light bit of rain, really, is no excuse not to exercise. Hey, maybe I'll become a muscle man in no time, but I think for the time being, focus on the gradual reintroduction into exercise, and I need to get back on with the running. Yeah, but that is about all for today, I think. Anyway, I am now going to switch off, I am going to introduce my eldest daughter to Garfield the movie tonight. A movie which was very popular when I was a kid. She hasn't seen it, and I showed her the poster for it, and she seemed pretty interested, so we'll try it out. If any of you don't know, Garfield the movie, search it. It's easy to watch. Let's leave it at that. Okay, right. Sorry, guys. Bit of a longer episode today. Hope you stayed with it for the duration. And yeah, in the next one, Uh, Definitely got a bit to discuss about last month's occurrences. Okay, right. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day, enjoy your evening, and see you in the next one. Bye now.